Although I did see a big delay on the chat compared to, so hopefully it picks up. Yeah, see, there's a 10-second delay. I'm
Yep.
watching both chats.
Yeah, no, same here. Like I'm taking a look and it's still not even.
A organized pineapple. I love that name.
Yeah, that's great.
Organized pineapple. Shift kicker. Chris is in here. Chicken noodle. I
Hey
think
guys.
Wattlife. Yeah, Wattlife was in here earlier. Waiting to get started. So we'll give it a few minutes to see who all shows up. Not my normal time that we do this, but I figure I'll start adding in people as we go because I did the Vineyard Chicks and a couple other people, and then eating the stupid bugs.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about food.
Garden Lady, how's it going? Silver Bee. Well, we are here to learn a bit about the one and only historic prepper. I mean, heroic prepper.
Yeah. I might just change my name. I mean, I am to that point.
Then everybody will start calling you heroic prepper again.
Yep. What's up, Garden Lady?
Hello, Carl. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started with. Tell us a little bit about your channel and whatnot.
Yeah, sure. So, guys don't know me. I'm historic prepper. Oh, no, I'm sorry, heroic prepper. Forgot about that. I started a channel less than a year ago. It was more on preparing and things like that. Reason being, I started the channel because we're preppers. Me and my family. What really got me into it. The reason I started the channel was because I was through Hurricane Sandy and I lost pretty much my entire house on the Jersey Shore because of that. So, and I wasn't prepared at all. Zero.
That was a doozy.
Yes. And that knocked the crap out of what we had, flooded our basement. I mean, dude, I had saltwater fish in my basement.
Oh.
So from then on is when we really said, hey, you know what? We need to be prepared for things like this.
Yeah.
And, because we lost all our food. We lost all the stuff in the basement. We weren't prepared for anything. We actually had to get a fire truck to bring us to our home. That's
oh, really?
Yeah. So ever since then, I really started preparing for everything you can possibly think of.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. It usually takes something that happens.
Yep.
Sets it in motion.
Yeah.
And because that's something you don't think about. It's like, oh no, this might happen.
No, and the weird thing was we got through Hurricane Irene okay. That was the one before Sandy, and we were pretty okay. We had a little water in the corner of the basement, everything, and we thought we'd be fine. And then Sandy hit, and we had to move inland, so we had to leave our home, and we couldn't go back for like 2 weeks after because you couldn't pass through, you couldn't get through. And when we got there and saw it, oh, dude, forget it. It was an absolute mess. So we lost a lot there. So that opened my eyes. That made me start a channel just talking about all the stuff that I learned. And, I'm part of a lot of Facebook groups and a lot of stuff. And, every day I'm learning something new. So.
Yeah. How long did you have to stay away?
We were away from we went inland and we were away from our house for about, like I said, it was like 2.5 weeks, almost 3 before we can even go back.
So it was pretty.
It was nasty
when you got back. Then.
Oh, we only lived 2 blocks away from the beach.
Oh.
So they had to bring us on a fire truck because our car couldn't get through. So we got a fire truck. They actually pumped us out. And
that was nice.
Yeah, they pumped us out, and with the basement was like my man cave. Oh, forget it. Water was to the ceiling in the basement. So, lost everything there. So that just turned me into what I do now. So,
and that's the thing when people are talking about prepping is silly and this and that, but those same people have they purchase insurance.
Yep.
Or stuff like that, and then that's the same thing.
Yep.
You don't buy insurance just to give them money for every month.
No, and you know what's weird? Before Sandy, prepping, I was thinking was like, I don't need to do it. Why? For what? I'll be fine. The government will help us. And it took that to open my eyes and open my wife's eyes. And
did you ever get any money from the government?
For that, no, zero, zilch, nada.
Yeah, everybody says, "Oh, you get that they'll pay you to replace your house and this and that."
Yeah, well,
I've seen a lot of people that no,
that wasn't me. That wasn't me. We kind of built the back where it should be, and then we sold it and said, "Okay, we're done with the beach." So, and then we move inland. So,
okay, now this is a question from Giggles. She said that. Did you ever meet anybody from Jersey Shore?
Me? Yeah. Oh yeah. The whole cast. Absolutely. They used to walk the boardwalk all the time. And in Seaside Heights, they used to walk the boardwalk all the time. The camera crews would be all around. But they would interact with everybody. They would interact. Hey, what's going on? Snooky, the whole crew. The parties and stuff that you saw at the house that they had and stuff like that. And at the corner of their house was called the Bamboo, which was like a bar / or whatever. And it got crazy. It got really crazy. But yeah, I did meet them. I mean, I have nothing against it, but we get a bad vibe. People think we're all like that here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say we have to sport your what's he call his do that weird hairdo.
Oh,
Paulie has.
Yeah, Paulie D.
Yeah.
Guy's hair looks like I don't know how he keeps his hair like that, man. It looks like a helmet. It just doesn't move.
Yeah. But what was the first thing you did when you decided you're going to start preparing for something?
Research,
Okay.
reading, lots of looking up stuff. Like, I didn't purchase anything or do anything like that till I started watching videos, watching what other people do, reading tons of books, buying tons of books. And I mean, research took. Honestly, I was not comfortable with doing anything prepping until I did tons of research first before I did anything. So
yeah,
that was my first thing before that, before purchasing my first thing, which was a generator.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is kind of the opposite of that. When starting to become a prepper, what's the first mistake you made?
Buying a generator, not having gas for it. We had it's funny, like, you buy a generator, you buy all this stuff, and you read all this stuff, and you think you can automatically, you're a prepper, right? Yep, you're done, you're ready. No, we had a blackout. I think we had a severe storm, some power lines were down, and we had to run the generator. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm ready to run the generator. I'm like, oh shit. And trying to get gas, then all the power was out, couldn't get it. Lucky for us, the power went out after like 2 days, so we didn't lose really anything that much. But that was like, oh my god, okay, now my mind, now I got to store gas. I got to make sure now the gas is treated, all that stuff. So I mean, let me tell you, a lot of mistakes before before I started to really learn about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is a lot of because I'm on the fence with the treating gas, which now would be a good thing if you would have got the gas a long time ago, which I did. So I use what I usually do is keep it for so long, and then if I'm going to keep it longer, then I treat it.
Gotcha.
That way, because usually if the gas is not crazy like it is now, I would just put it in my truck or car and then refill the containers up. But now it's
Gotcha,
time.
yeah.
And I guess you have
Yeah,
a question here.
Yes, the Country Square Diner is still in war. You know what? I haven't been to that. I actually haven't been to that, so I don't know if that's even still there. I'm sure if you Google it, you can find out. But yeah, I haven't been there. Warren's more like north of me. I'm more middle, like central, down south. That's why it was Jersey Shore area.
So you're still close to the area.
Yeah, but more inland where I don't have to worry about flooding or any of that stuff anymore.
You might be real close to Garden State Gardener then.
Probably.
Because he goes out and it would be weird if you guys were like close neighbors.
Imagine if he was my neighbor.
Well, you'd know it because he has a big old garden out there.
No, yeah, my neighbor does not even have a garden, so it's definitely not him. But yeah, I think he lives. I'm not sure. I thought he lived down like a little bit south of me, not too much.
Yeah, because he shows the boardwalk and stuff where Jersey Shore and the famous where I won't say his name, but they took him out to go fishing.
Gotcha.
On Sopranos.
Yeah, yep.
The one guy.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, if you watch The Sopranos, if you remember the pork store that they had that they always sat in front of,
yeah,
I used to live in that town. That's Kearney. That's the pork store. I used to live there back in the day when I was in my teens. So it was really interesting to see that.
Yeah, I wonder how many people go there just to sit out there and take a picture.
Oh, tons! I'm sure, tons. Absolutely,
yeah.
tons.
That was probably that and the bridge. That and the bridge were probably the most iconic part of The Sopranos, the intro.
Oh yeah. The music and then just all the scenery. I mean, when I watched that intro, that was like my ride to work. Like same thing.
Oh, I know it. Oh, yeah.
Somebody asked me something. Jilly asked me something. I'm from Long Beach Island. Are you close? Oh, you're by Seaside Heights, then, if I'm not mistaken. That's LBI, right? I don't remember, but I actually fished down by Sandy Hook, so I'm down that way.
Oh, there's Jeff. Hope you're feeling better, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
Good thing you didn't go to Crazy's stream today.
Oh my God. You wouldn't have been here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I don't think Crazy's going to send me an invite anymore.
Oh my God, that was brutal. I mean, and the funny part is, I was like, I'm so hungry now. So I had to go to Chick-fil-A. You know, and let me tell you, Chick-fil-A, I always get the same thing there, and I definitely noticed a price hike of at least $5.
Well, here, like Arby's, Dairy Queen, you can't get chicken. They got a sign that said it's temporary. We're temporary out of chicken. And it says chicken. It doesn't say like chicken strips or nuggets or anything. It says chicken.
Wow.
Wendy's is out of lettuce and tomato.
Jesus.
And chicken. Yeah.
Telling you, man, it's just everywhere. I mean, all these fast food, and now the fast food restaurants that they do have it, they know other people don't, so they're hiking their prices up a little bit more, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. A good leader would have froze prices. That way that it's not a monopoly of everybody raising their prices and whatnot.
Well, you said it. A good leader. Definitely don't have. So yeah, that's damn sure.
I mean, not saying Obama was, but he put he froze the gas prices that one time.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Because it went up to almost $5 a gallon, and he put his foot down.
Just you guys remember that voted for Potato Head. that gas prices have doubled since he's been in office. Just saying, gas has doubled.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a meter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. It just amazes me that, I mean, sticking to a party is one thing, but when there's people in that party that will not budge, and they'll follow them a sinking ship down.
Oh yeah, which
It
is
makes no sense to me. If I was in office, I don't care which side I was on. If I seen something wrong, I'd be, why are we doing this? And I'll flip to the other side. I said, this is what we need to do to get out of this crap.
That's the problem. I think no one knows what to do. I just think that we're up shit's creek right now with the leaders and the people that we got. So,
oh yeah,
I saw that.
He just sign a thing to Minnesota or one of them northern states up there, to start a solar farm up there. And yeah, all the solar stuff is, because I was looking at solar panels if I got a bus, and the prices on that went through the roof.
Yeah, we got solar panels on our home. We that was one thing that we wanted to get. And you know what? Yeah, I see a difference in our electric and some of the stuff that we use it for. And I'll be honest, not a huge difference. But in case things go to shit, we do have, solar panels.
Well, look at your basement there. You got all kinds of lights and everything going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You need the extra solar power.
It's like a party down here.
Okay, let's now I'm not going to ask you how much stuff you have and things like that, because all that stuff should be kind of be a personal thing. But I did want to talk to you about your doohickey pew pew. I don't know what you call it.
Pew pews.
Yeah. Not your, but the protection one that shoots out the little.
Oh, the burner. Yeah. The burner's pretty sweet. I actually have it here. Well, I have parts of it here. So the burner, legal in all the states, which is fantastic. You could carry it or whatever you want. It runs on CO2 cartridges, which are right here. CO2. Pop it in. I could show you on here if I can. I just don't want you.
Yeah, don't do that.
So it runs on. So I'll just talk about it. It runs on CO2 cartridge, and it's almost like a paintball gun, sort of, but instead it shoots projectiles and pepper balls. So if you're not into pews, the real ones, then you get stuff like just projectiles, right? The burner ones. And these things, they do hurt. Believe me, I've tested it myself. They do hurt really bad and leave lots of marks and all that stuff. It would definitely stop somebody in their tracks for sure.
Paintballs hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they have those protective layers and stuff.
And then these I made myself. These are pepper balls that I made myself that actually work in it too. So I made these myself. But yeah, I mean, the thing's fantastic. The price tag, of course, is a little high. But if you're not into the pews, you know what I mean, and you feel we want to have something you could put into a truck or carry for sure with being legal, that's the way to go. And the thing's fantastic. I mean, the thing, believe me, I was putting, I just had a garbage can out there just to practice on it and just see, and it was putting almost holes through it. So
yeah, they hurt.
Yeah, and it's a good company. There's another company, and I wanted to bring this up. I got it for my kids, and see if I can even bring it. It's called Tuffy Packs. I don't know if you ever heard of that, Bushcraft.
Oh, it's got the protection in the book bag.
Book bags, yeah. I bought the 12 by 18s, and they're bulletproof inserts. They go in your kids' backpacks.
Yeah.
These things are fantastic, and Tuffy Packs makes them, and another company. And granted, look, it's $140, but that's worth it to me.
Yeah.
For anything. So just another thing that we just added that to our, I guess, preps you want to call them for our kids, because now next year all of our kids will be in school now. So
yeah,
talk to my wife about homeschooling. She's still iffy about it, trying to do it now. But just another thing, another added protection. Hey, Ginger.
Yeah, that would be something if my kids were younger and stuff and they were going to school. That'd be something I'd be definitely thinking about.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? We didn't get just one. We got 2 for each book bag. So what we did, because they're not that thick, but they're pretty good. So we got the 12 by 18, and we also got the 11 by 14. We put them together for added protection for each one. So each book bag has 2. And I'll tell you, it's definitely worth it.
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah. I mean, if something were to happen, it's like, and that's the thing. It's like that insurance thing.
Yeah.
That's what you have to look at it as.
You got to think about it. I mean, and for me as being a father, and you as well, like, when your kids were younger, you want to make sure that, school is safe, and you think school is safe. Yeah, they'll be safe in school. But right now, the world's so unpredictable you can't even go, like I said, you can't even go to a flea market, a church, like a food store, a school,
mm-hmm.
and not have to worry. What now? I'm nervous even to mow my lawn because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't.
Yeah. See, you're not the only one.
One of my sons got 4. Yeah. Smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately you have to change for the times.
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, I don't blame the objects.
Nope. I don't blame the objects either. I blame the people behind the objects, and maybe, and this is my opinion only, maybe the background checks could be a little better in certain states. I know mine, it's like almost a week background check waiting period, and they do a really detailed one here in New Jersey. I know some you could walk into a store and walk out 20 minutes later with one. So
yeah, when I went and got mine a few months ago, the wait was horrible. I mean, a whole 11 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm saying. See what I mean? It's crazy. Like my brother-in-law, he lives down in Georgia, said, in like 20 minutes he walked in, walked out. I said, well, it took me 7 days.
Yeah.
It went through our state. It went through all these background checks, references. They called them, they emailed them, everything.
Yeah.
So
and you would think in this day time when everything is all on computers, they could check all this stuff. It would pop up and okay, yes, no, you've been denied because of this.
Yeah. No, agreed. And I think maybe our background checks could be a little bit more strict with it, possibly. I don't know, but also it all starts at home. In my opinion, it all starts at home with
definitely.
parents or whatever. It just all starts. And again, it's not the object, it's the person behind it.
Yeah.
And I'll fight about that all day. So that's it.
Yeah. Now, we kind of touched on this yesterday when we were talking about having plans and things like that. And we were kind of talking about your swimming pool and stuff with the chemicals. But I did hear today that your house already has filtration.
Yes.
So you would be fine. All you have to do is hook that your pool right up into your filtration system.
Yeah, which is already done. So I mean, if something was to happen, we just plug and play pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a 30,000 gallon pool. On top of that, we have two 55-gallon drums that I got for free, by the way, on Marketplace. You can get them for free, food grade wise.
Yeah.
Cleaned them out and have the rain catch coming off my shed. But then we're not even done there. We still have our gallons of water, the bottled water. I mean, it's essential. And I think a big investment was the pool, especially not just to have fun and the kids enjoy and everything, but SHTF, you never know, man. So that's why, hey, I got it. And I'm sure there'll be people trying to get it too. I wouldn't be surprised. So,
yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't realize it's one thing to go hungry, but to be able to not be able to drink for a long time, it's horrible.
It is.
I think I went 2 days without a drink one time when I was hiking, and it was, and at that time there was water, but I wasn't trusting the water, so it was either drink that or keep walking to try to get to water.
Yep.
I had headaches and shakes, and it's not a pretty thing.
It's not. And
that's 3 days. You got 3 days.
Yeah. For sure.
And like I said, when you get to 2 days, it's horrible.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've done it 2 days, and like you said, headaches. I felt a little dizzy, and I was like, dude, I need to drink something. And too, I love water. Water's great. I'm obsessed with seltzer. I love seltzer a lot.
Oh, I can't stand that stuff.
I just, you know what it is? I used to be a huge soda drinker back in the day, and just to have the bubbles, I guess.
But it's the, I don't know, if the dry taste or whatever that is.
I think I had a question.
My daughter tried to get me drink that. It was some coconut and lime seltzer water stuff, and I about barfed when I drank it. I'm like, no.
I think Garden Lady had a question. I saw it and I scrolled past it. I saw it.
If you guys got questions, go ahead and put them all in caps. It'll be a lot easier.
Oh yeah, here it is. I found it. Garden Lady. Did anybody in your family think you were crazy because you were prepping? Yes.
Besides your wife.
Yeah, she thinks I'm crazy prepping or not. Yes, actually, yes. And I'll tell you who it was. My mother-in-law thought I was crazy, right? She was like, what are you doing that for? Why are you doing this? Why are you buying all this food? Why are you stacking up on water? This and that. Till she saw about 3-4 years ago, SHTF starting to really roll on with COVID and stuff. And poof, magically moved in with us, and magically is all for prepping. So interesting how things turn real quick. Besides that, I have family, in Georgia, family elsewhere that are preppers that are prepared and are all for it. So, I mean, she was the really only one. Some family members, I don't let them know. Some will say in-laws, I don't, because there's some in-laws I don't trust. So, even though it's family,
their family members can just be as bad as a stranger.
Sure. And that's why I just don't tell them exactly, hey, what to do. So when they come over here, the basement and certain areas are off limits for anybody. So
yeah, that's there's a lot of hiding places. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's plenty of things, plenty of places and play stuff that we do here, and but of course, you got in-laws. They always like to be snoopy. Snoop. Hey, when they come over, so you gotta be careful. So a lot of my stuff is covered up. Yeah, Firefly. Firefly.
They'll ask your kids and stuff like that, and try to get stuff out of them.
Oh yeah,
I had a few of those in-laws.
Yeah, Firefly. Yeah, she moved in a couple years ago. We have an addition, so she has her own room, bathroom, and all that stuff. yeah, magically though, she was like, "Oh my God, take care of me." It's been fun. It's been interesting. So,
Oh, prepping's wonderful. Now
yeah.
that you're part of it.
Yeah. Oh, she's all for it. She's all for, buying extra food, putting away, freezing the food, freeze dry food, this and that, water. Oh yeah, she's all into it. Rain catch systems. Yeah, Mike, you doing that? Yeah, of course. Now, before that, it was like, oh man, to her, to my wife, man, your husband's nuts. He's not anymore. So
Well, that kind of goes in, not being the nuts part, but goes into the next question would be, do you get your family members involved in it? Do they like help
yeah,
you out and
yeah.
things?
You know what's weird? My family members that don't live in this state help me, believe it or not. My sister, I have one sister who lives in Jersey, North Jersey. What's your favorite corner book? I like the Bare Truth one where he just like rambles on about nothing. That's my favorite coloring book. Just messing with you, Bear. My brother-in-law down south, we actually text back and forth pictures and stuff and ideas, and we FaceTime. But yeah, I get certain family members involved. Here in Jersey, though, none here. Only who's in this house.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk neighbors and community-wise, I have a neighbor that's all in.
That's good.
That lives right next door to me. We talk about it all the time. We have plans, and just he's somebody I could trust. I've known him for 20 years. Believe it, it's funny. We bought a house next to them, which is funny. It opened up. We were like, perfect house. Hell yeah. And really good neighbors, people you could trust. So
Yeah, that's the perfect scenario type thing, is having the neighbors,
yep.
because if you're not within that type, those neighbors could be knocking at your door if something bad happens.
Yeah,
And
there's some neighbors you could see you just can't trust. I mean, there's some.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ex police officers or retired police officers that live around here, and retired vets and stuff like that. So there's people I trust, and I'm sure it's just not me around here that's prepping for sure. I'll tell you that right now, especially now.
Yeah, because now it's a hush hush thing.
Yeah, but now you got everybody prepping now.
You can actually be reported for it.
Yeah, you know what makes me laugh is when they came out with that show, Doomsday Prepper. Everyone thought, "Oh my God, look at these crazies!" Look,
That was horrible for preppers, though.
Exactly, and it made everybody look at us as crazy, nuts, out there. Not now. No, I do not. We've seen plenty. B. Don't send. The phones are off. The internet's down. We don't. No.
Oh, there's Giggles. She missed her question too.
Tennessee Bushcrafter said something. My parents insist kind of stockpile. They don't understand all my canning, dehydrating, foraging, and yeah. I mean, some family just don't understand and say, "Why do you spend so much time doing that?" It's for you see what's going on in the world right now. It's for shit like this,
Well, the way I look at it is, what else would you be doing?
Yeah.
If you wasn't doing that, sitting home watching TV, what everybody else is doing, watching the news.
Yep.
To me, I think it's even if you never had to use any of it, just the fact that you're learning something, you're doing stuff with your family, that type of stuff, it pays for it in the end. And then if something does happen, then that's a bonus. You're prepared.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what, Bushcraft? I hate to do this. You got to give me like a minute. I got to call somebody or take a call.
That's okay.
You know what I mean? If you could just bear with me for I'll shut my camera off for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
Right back. Give me 1 second.
So let me hear from you guys out there while he's busy with his call. What for those who prep? I don't know if everybody out there is preppers, but what started you thinking about becoming a prepper? Yeah, I would be hiding in the house too. 109. No, I still haven't heard anything if it's what's wrong with it yet or not. That's they're they're pretty backed up evidently because usually they get to me pretty quickly. So hopefully not too long. Yeah, a lot of people a lot of people was that was the defining moment, if you would. That and Y2K. Everybody thought Y2K was going to be a bad thing. $114. Ouch. Um, I wouldn't say I was really into the big and prepping, but I would say probably 96, 97. I started, me and my wife canned a bunch of stuff. Um, and then the whole Y2K, which I didn't think it was going to do anything. And then, like usually everybody says the 911 thing. Oh yeah, that's like like me. I grew up. That's what all my grandpa did, and when I stayed with my grandpa, we were in the woods all the time.
Yeah, that was work. I was like, hey, my boss was like, hey, you have a second? I'm like, sure.
Yeah, that's a good. Um, like I said, it's just like having insurance or a spare tire in your car.
Yeah. I just like having a sense of like, Jilly, like you said, a sense of security. Sense. I mean, look,
Yeah.
let's be honest with ourselves. We can't prepare for everything. It's
Oh
just
no.
impossible, right? But the
Yeah.
more you prepare, the more you practice, and the more you put work into what you're doing, the better you prepare for things to come. And things are coming. So I mean,
Yeah.
things.
And you did like me. I wouldn't go out and prepare for a hurricane
Yeah, yeah,
where I'm at. That would be senseless. You
yeah,
have to prepare for what's in your area.
yeah.
You would be a hurricane.
Me would be
Um,
everything.
well, I mean,
No,
that's if you had a list of the top reasons why something would happen.
hurricane be
Number
number one.
one would probably be well up there.
Hurricane be probably number one. Probably number
Yeah.
one. That's where we get like we sit right in that little curve with Long Island where like it seems to always come up the coast and go right there. Uh, but for
And then
me,
you have New York across
uh,
the way.
that's just a problem by itself.
Yeah.
So I try to prepare the best I can with everything, and I'm glad that I stocked up. I'm gonna be honest with you on gas before they really hiked up. A couple months
Yeah.
ago, I did.
Yeah. I had got gas. Well, I've still got a few cans, and like I said, I'm gonna end up putting treatment in those now since the gas is too high.
Yep, yep.
Uh,
It's crazy. I mean, that's the only thing that worries me too. Here sometimes is it gets hot here. I mean, nothing like Texas, like 107, but we'll get our 95s to 100.
oh yeah.
Have these in an outside shed, and it's like
And
it gets hot.
I think it's well depending. Texas, I've lived in Texas and they have hot weather, but it's not the same. is when you get it up here in deep south.
Yeah.
When you get really hot weather and the humidity,
Oh my God.
it's horrible.
Yeah. And yeah, it's, I try to, and I think B just said, I try to rotate a lot of things. That's something I didn't learn in the beginning. I just would buy stuff, stock it up, and just like, okay. And then when I wanted to use it, I pull it out and not use the stuff that was in the back. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot of that too, like, in and out, kind of like, the whole rotation thing.
East Texas. I do believe Nunya, Texas is growing blueberries. I'm not entirely sure, but I know he had berries, but I'm not sure what they were. Nunya, Texas in the back 20.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that's somebody's got his stuff together. He has a property way out in the boonies. He's got all the solar, he's got the generators, the different gases, and all the animals and greenhouse and the whole 9 yards.
How B said, how long would gas last with the stabilizer in it?
I think it's a year.
Yeah. Yep.
Unless and don't store it on cement. The plastic jugs, because even the gas jugs for the plastic gas cans, those will break down eventually on concrete.
Yeah, I have them actually sitting on these plastic pallets that I got, these plastic, those, not the wooden pallets, but the plastic pallets, like the hard plastic. I don't know if you ever saw those.
Oh yeah.
I have them set up around my shed on the on the inside of the shed, but on the outside, if you know what I mean, and just have them all on top of those, but not on the cement, because I learned the hard way years ago. You're right, they do not last long on that. So
yeah. All right, there you got another one.
How are the grocery stores full? Hard items to find and see. Here are not full, not even close. And I know that for a fact. My wife just went food shopping about an hour and a half ago, and we made a shopping list of about 20 items. And let me tell you the truth, she probably got about 6 of them. And I said, what's with the other things? She says, I couldn't find it. She was like, just couldn't get it. So they're not full for sure here, I'll tell you that. For us, hard to find. Chicken's been tough. I mean, chicken's been rough to find. So. Oops. Chicken Noodle, have you ever had to throw out any of your fruit preps because of expiration dates being way too far out and you weren't sure? Fruit? No, I don't have a lot of, to be honest, a lot of fruit preps. I buy a lot of the freeze-dried fruit stuff, like the strawberries and the apples and stuff like that, which lasts forever. Frozen fruit I have, but nothing really like canning-wise and stuff, no.
The only thing I'd be worried about is really high aesthetic stuff, like maybe pineapple.
Yeah.
Something like that. That would break down the seal in the can. Other stuff I wouldn't worry about too much. That's why I get like peaches and pears. Pears are good.
Pears are my favorite. Pears are my favorite. Well,
it's because it's got pectin. It's a good thing for radiation.
Oh, God. Yeah, I love pears. I read something the other day. It's pretty interesting that, you talk about acidity and like acid and stuff. When we're born, we, as babies, there's no acid. So, we heal quickly, cuts and stuff as kids. But as we get older and we get more acidic, our bodies with certain things we're put in, as you notice, the healing's not as fast anymore, getting sick more often. So I just read that about an hour and a half ago. And I was like, shit. I was like, oh. They put so much in can stuff. Like,
yeah, unfortunately. I've ate stuff in the past that's been 5 to 8 years past the expiration, and it was fine. It's just you just have to use your nose, and if you're worried about what is that, botulism or something,
Yeah.
um, they do make strips that you can test. If you're that worried about it, like if you're canning your own stuff and you're kind of on the fence with it, they make strips that you can put in there and test if there's that bacteria.
Interesting.
I've never had them, but because I make sure there's a process you got to go through to can, and that's a good question for you. Have you thought about getting a canner and start canning stuff?
No, I'll be straight honest. I know. I know I would really suck at it. I know I could probably learn it. Honestly, time is of the essence for me. My time is so limited, as you know, Bushcraft. I do work from home, but I'm on many live streams where I have to jump off and jump back on, and I'm
Yeah.
always busy. Canning, I just don't have the time for or the patience, and I'm a very impatient person. So if I was to mess it up once, I'd probably just throw it all out and say I'm done with this canning shit, to be honest. But maybe, hey, one day, like I'll learn. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're quite expensive.
I know. Brooke said something. Brooke, I saw something that you said. Where'd you say it? Where are you? Oh yeah, here it is. Roper, do you have a overall dream prep? My mother.
My own island.
Dream prep. I think I just said, I don't know if you heard, my mother-in-law not to live with me anymore. But besides that, honestly, you know what I would love to have? An underground shelter. I kind of would like that.
Oh, I was gonna say like my bunker, but I don't have it up.
Yeah, I would like that. Not only to do that, but I'd probably make it into a wine cellar. Yes, I'd probably do like a wine cellar plus that. Then I could actually, because we're big wine people here. Like my friend of mine makes his own wine in his garage, which is pretty interesting. And he gives us bottles of it, and I would love to learn that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would love to learn that, but yeah, I probably underground shelter.
Who is it? Kinfolk. They I've been watching them here for a bit, and they're the muscadine. I know Jeff talks about them all the time, and he makes wine out of them. He has an orchard and everything, and he makes his own wine, and he shows you step by step how to make it.
That's awesome.
One of the most important things is make sure everything's clean.
Yeah. I actually dabbled into, and this is a video that'll be coming up. Me and my wife made apple cider alcohol.
Yeah.
Went through the process and everything. And let me tell you, a lot of trial and error went to finally creating a correct batch. And yeah, it's, you can go into and make your own apple cider alcohol, but sometimes, it takes time. And this took us at least 7 times to get it done right. We didn't make a lot. We just wanted to try it. We, of course, we Google everything, look it up on YouTube, and trial and by error. But yeah. We did do that.
I mean, if anything, you just end up with sweet vinegar.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it too. I went and I used regular bacon yeast and everything. So I wanted to try everything that I would have on hand to make alcohol. And speak of the devil, there he is. That's a good channel to follow right there. He's got his stuff down real good. Yeah, but like I said, I did the whole wine thing. You get grape juice and take out a cup and then put a cup of sugar in there and your yeast and
yep.
And they said on the video that you only have to do it for about a week, is release the valve.
Yep.
I had to do it for 2 months.
Yeah, it took us a while and a few trial and error times. I mean, there's times where I took something like, whoa, what the? It was just, we finally got it. But then, you know, we looked at each other and we're like, yeah, we're never doing this again. It was just,
Yeah.
but that's one thing is cool to have. And I was going to bring this up real quick, is having a partner, either wife or husband or whatever, that's in with you to do this is fantastic. If you do,
Yeah.
I mean, she, in the beginning, let me tell you, she's not having it. Hurricane Sandy,
yeah.
started doing it, she's all in. So
yeah, once the thought of doing it, when you first think about it, it's like, this is silly. Why do we need all this stuff? We're never going to use it. And then, oh wait, what just happened to the world?
yeah, like think about it. Hey, did you ever think in your lifetime you would see a global pandemic? I didn't think so.
I mean, we've come to like the H1, whatever the last thing was that was oh no, it's gonna, and then it was over.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple other ones, and and when this first started, you think, it's not going to be anything. Then boom, it's all over the place. And then they scared the crap out of everybody in the first place. That I think amped it up.
Oh,
so much more.
Panic buying. Everyone was panic buying everything.
Yeah.
And of course, companies saw that and just raised their prices in almost everything. And people were still buying them. So,
what's funny is, since this has started, I still have not yet went out and bought toilet paper. I still have toilet paper up there from before.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, now, oh man, it is expensive.
Yeah.
We were going through the aisle and like, wow, this is toilet paper. Why is it so much?
Yeah. Toilet paper now, I mean, I think when it first hit, I think we were low. And then I remember my wife going out and saying, hey, if you go out yourself, go get it, because I went and got the last one. She goes, it's you can't get it anymore. I was like, oh crap. So then there were actually people selling it out the back of their trucks in like Home Depot parking lots and like food stores.
Yeah, that's
insane.
I would never thought of all things toilet paper. And then it went from toilet paper to baby wipes, because they couldn't find toilet paper. And I'm like, what about the poor little babies?
Yeah.
They need their butts wiped too.
And you know what too, is that people were what was it? The people were buying up all the distilled water in the baby section. You know, I saw that, and that was pretty interesting too. I was like, okay, really, you know, how about the babies? I mean, they need the stuff too. They need, and formula, don't get me started on that. That's just, I have my run-ins with that already with people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I'm glad I got a good bit before the prices went way up like they are now.
Yeah.
I remember before it was like $1.29 at Walmart for their own brand name chicken.
Yep.
And then as soon as it hit, it went up to $1.79. And then over $2, and I haven't looked lately, but I know it's over $3 now.
Oh, it's a mess. But you know what? Like, they don't have a lot. Like my Walmart doesn't. It seems like every time I go to Walmart or my local food store, which is ShopRite here in the Northeast, our ShopRite is almost like an Aldi's, a Publix sort of place here in the Northeast. And it seems like the meat section, I mean, they got some steaks and beef, but the chicken is just.
Oh yeah, I know.
Not there, man. It's just not there.
And since I got the touch of diabetes and my cholesterol went way up all of a sudden, so I need to start eating better. There's no chicken.
No chicken. You know what I stocked up on that a lot of people don't, and they have a pretty good shelf life, like 3 or 4 years, is protein, powder protein.
Yep.
And
that's what I drink in the morning.
Fairlife. And now if you try to find Fairlife, hey, good luck. You can't even find it anymore.
I've been getting the protein shakes or the big tub at Aldi's now, because Walmart has them, but they're a small thing and they're loaded with sugar and stuff.
There's one brand I have. I wish I had it right here with me. It's right there, but I have a brand, no sugar, has 25 grams of protein, and it's ready for this. It's Fruity Pebbles.
Oh,
and it's
Pebbles.
fantastic. It's fantastic, and it's the best protein I've ever had. But yeah, I mean that's what I stocked up on is a lot of those containers. If I'm not getting my protein from meats, because it's hard to get them,
yeah,
it's somewhere. So
yeah. Now it's growing season, so I can go out in the garden and get my veggies.
yeah, which I need to do an update on that. Like our garden's really starting to grow pretty good, which is great. We're starting to get a lot of rain and stuff, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. Now, what are your plans of preserving said garden stuff, or how much garden do you have?
Well, you can actually find out on my channel. Check it out.
Which I wasn't subscribed to again.
But our gardens, like we have a garden. We have two. Well, we have one big garden I made out of pallets, right? I weather treated it. It's about 30 foot by 8 foot, maybe a little more than that. And we have everything in there from tomatoes, cucumbers, watermelons, potatoes, radishes. I mean, beefsteak tomatoes, which I love very much. Cherry tomatoes, which I love. Onions. But then we have a separate rack for just spices like jalapenos, habaneros, ghost peppers, chilies. And then we have another section that is just for pumpkins because you know how they grow all over the place and they vine out.
Yeah.
We had that problem last year where we had it in our garden and it pretty much suffocated everything else. And but for some reason we get tons of pumpkins. I mean, you know what happens? And the reason we got this, my dog ate a pumpkin. It's the truth. My dog ate a pumpkin. He went to the bathroom. We went to the bathroom a couple places, and then all of a sudden, pumpkins were growing everywhere in my yard. So I blame him.
Yeah, and he also has a nice greenhouse too.
That's awesome. I would love a greenhouse.
Big enough to have trees in it.
I would love to have that. I would love to. I just don't have the space.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck, that's something I'm actually looking at. That's funny you brought that up. I actually saw a video. A guy made a hydroponics out of a container, and used the those things for the pool tubes, whatever those.
The koozies.
Yeah, and I saw him. He used it, and it was a really cool video, and it was something I was really interested in. So, definitely want to look into that for sure.
Yeah, pumpkins are good. For one thing, you dehydrate them and turn them into flour. They're a good source of flour.
I never knew that.
Yeah, if I had the space, that'd be one of the things I would grow just for that purpose, just to dehydrate it and grind it down.
Interesting. I didn't even know that. That's interesting. Yeah, we were getting tons of pumpkins, and I'm not talking about the little ones. We were getting massive pumpkins.
Yeah.
And for some reason, our dog likes to eat them. So he would eat them and just go to the bathroom. Then we had pumpkins growing by our baseball cage over here and there. It was everywhere.
The hydroponics with those, because you don't use. A lot of times the richer people, they'll get the little containers that they put them in and the clay little thingies and do it. But you use them little koozie things. You just cut them in 1-inch things and you put your plant inside that and in the hole.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about putting it in down in my basement.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to do that. I want to do that for sure. Yeah, we had last year, I kid you not, we counted the pumpkins. We had 64 pumpkins grow last year, which was, and remember, I'm in Jersey, guys. My yard is not huge. So we had tons of them all over the place. So we actually gave some away. to neighbors and stuff. So, but we had a bunch, and I'm just worried we're going to probably double that here this year. With how
you
much
can do so much with pumpkin. I was surprised.
the flower thing's news to me. That's news to me.
Guy watching Australia, he makes knives and stuff, and he grows pumpkins just for. He makes all kinds of dishes out of them, cupcakes and all
awesome.
kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
Flour and yeah. And he does the same thing with that I like doing is smoking my peppers and then dehydrating them and then grinding them up. So I'd have smoked paprika or smoked cayenne pepper.
Yeah,
so much better when it's smoked.
And it's fresh. It's fresh coming right from your garden. It's awesome.
Okay, well, our hour is up, so I'm going to let you take it from here and tell everybody why they should come and subscribe to your channel.
Put me on the spot, Bushcraft.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not a people person. No, I'm just kidding. No, I am. Look, if you like just randomness, prepping, if you like to learn some stuff, if you like cooking, barbecuing, smoking, growing your own stuff, prepping skills, and just learning, definitely check out my channel. Check it out, subscribe, ask me questions. I respond to every single comment I get, and everyone will tell you every single comment that I get, I'll respond to you. I learned a lot from this community too. So I mean, new friends and new people that subscribe. I just love, if you have your channel too, I love to learn from you guys, but definitely check me out. I try to post every day. It's usually 3 times a week instead.
Yeah. It gets hard.
It does. And yeah, if you like anything to do with prepping or family or barbecuing, stuff like that, definitely check me out. So
and not fear.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll tell you, anything with Jersey, there's I try to share a lot of things about New Jersey. There is an awesome video coming up. I have to throw this out there. I had to do it. I did a social experiment, which I had 42 people interviewed at random spots and asked them what they've been doing about inflation and what are they doing to combat the prices going up. And I had different people from different places in New Jersey talk to me about it. And I putting that together, and it's fantastic. It's about 48 minutes long, and you get an eye opening of some people's answers are pretty interesting. So definitely check out that video soon. That's coming out Friday. I'll be putting that up. So that's all I got for you, Bushcraft.
Thanks for joining me today, and thanks again, mods, and then everybody else who showed up. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm going to start trying to do this more often, having guest speakers and whatnot. But thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. Tomorrow we're over at Jeff's for his stream.
Can't wait. I'll be there.
3:00.
See you guys.